So we are the project update 5 for lab group 7 and lab group 12. Table of contents, we'll go do a quick overview of the competition, the team 12 update and the team 7 update. So updates on our project, we got the playing field finished. This is a photo of one side of the arena where the robots and the cups will be operating. There's a few last minute changes that will be made, but for the majority of the area is set and ready to go for competition. Yeah.
So we've actually finished making our design changes for the Team 7 update. So we have a finalized robot design. Our manufacturing is about halfway done. The chassis is completed and the launching mechanism needs to be printed. So once we finish that, we'll finalize the code and finish testing. Ran into a few problems with the servo library that allows us to control the servos through Arduino, but we ended up getting that fixed up.
And for our design, we have we finished all the design changes for our launching mechanism and reloading mechanism. And this is the top half of the robot. The bottom half is just modeled with the blocks. As you can see, we're using a tube with flywheels to launch it, and basically a forklift type setup to grab and load the balls in. And then this is a view showing the adjustability of the barrel. The angle of the launch will be able to be changed, but because our robot can pivot, the barrel did not need to pivot, so we were able to minimize the maneuverability of the barrel in that sense.
And here you can see this is our rudimentary controller. On the left is a joypad. You can go up, down, left, or right. On the right is the buttons for firing and collecting. And there you can see our lovely, well-organized wiring scheme.
So the Team 12 update. Next slide, please. So mechanically, the majority of our parts have been analyzed, and we ran into some issues with manufacturing quality, which leads us back to the evaluation of such parts. Most of those parts include shafts that were 3D printed vertically, so they weren't very strong torsionally. So we reprinted them laying down horizontally, so they work better. We just need to sand them down so they fit. And then parts mid, those were the parts that failed mid installation. They just broke and we needed to reprint those. So the chassis physical model has been refined over Thanksgiving break. I was able to clean up the support material on the bottom. It was pretty messy. And then the barrel physical model was also refined, just kind of cleaning out that support material. And then other parts were also sanded down so they would fit and such. Assembly of the project is about at 75% completion. The remaining 25 includes the failed parts, the rail subassembly. We still need to manufacture that, what the robot moves side to side on, and then the electrical components need to be assembled onto the robot. And yeah, all needed to be assembled onto or with the robot physical model. So as you can see here, here's our physical model. You have 3 views. Just kind of wanted to show what it kind of looks like. Yeah, compared to the theoretical model, it does look a little different. Quality of some parts I would say is the cause of that. And yeah, here's 2 more. On the right, you can see what kind of cleanup I had to do. Pretty much had to take a Dremel tool, a lot of sandpaper and other tools in my garage, and try to clean up that middle area where the robot will slide on. We'll probably be putting something smooth on the bottom there, because it's pretty rough there. So the robot can slide on the rail. Well, we will be putting boogie wheels in there. So those are some parts we still need to kind of modify for that as well.
For the electronics, it's the almost like 90% done for coding at least. I am waiting on an Arduino Shield to be able to connect a PS3 controller to control the robot. I'm going to use Bluetooth, so I'm just waiting for the Shield so I have a USB port to plug into. For the circuits, they do need to be still put together on the breadboard and attached to the robot. But with that, we have it all mapped out. We just physically need to just plug in the wires. And a couple troubleshooting series would be nice. And other than that, the coding is fully done. So, if you guys have any questions, and if you do, contact Brandon Trainer from